Good morning, children. Today we are going to start that topic legislature. Earlier we have discussed about the formation of parliament, that is the major organ we can say of this legislature. And in this we studied about Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, parliament consist of these. And in this next lecture I will tell you about the importance of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, how the members are elected and what are the qualifications required for Lok Sabha member and Rajya Sabha members to be a member of Lok Sabha and to be a member of Rajya Sabha. Here I would like to tell you, whosoever want to contest election as a member of Lok Sabha must be Indian citizen. Exactly same for the Rajya Sabha also. And for Lok Sabha he must be have completed age of 25 years. 25 years of age. There must not be any type of criminal case pending against him. Fourth one is he must not attend any government office, hold any government office during when he is going to contest these elections. And whenever anyone is on any government post or any post, he or she has to resign from his post when if he want to contest the elections. So then he must possess other qualification as prescribed by the parliament time to time. He should have good moral character like moral values and others. But there is no educational qualification till now, right? And after that, I would like to tell you about the major qualification for the Rajya Sabha. He must be citizen of India. He must have completed 30 years of his age, and he must possess such as qualification prescribed by the parliament, and he must not hold any office or any profit under the government of India or state of India. In this way, anyone can contest election having all these qualities among themselves. Accordingly, they can contest the election of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. And when we talk about Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, both are the organs, we can say, two parts of the parliament. And being two parts of the parliament, these both the house contest elections. And after winning 2/3 majority, their leader is the Prime Minister, and this process is going on. It formed the Council of the Ministers as well. And in Lok Sabha, these people elect one speaker also that take the hold of all the meetings, all the sessions of Lok Sabha. There is a speaker of Lok Sabha that is elected among themselves afterward when that cabinet is formed and council of minister is formed. When we talk about the pass, all the bills, we can say all the bills that are taking form of any law, they are discussed in both the houses of the parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, by 2/3 majority. And whenever they are passed, these laws are passed by 2/3 majority. Then after that, both the houses joint session is there. Then also that bill or law must be passed by 2/3 majority in the joint session of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. In this way, each and every bill takes the form of law after this meetings, after these sessions, and in the joint session it must be passed by 2/3 majority. Both the houses have almost equal powers, but some special powers are there, right, regarding their we can say expressing their views, raising issues in the parliament, proposal for the new bill that afterward takes the form of any law. And under this article 249, special powers lie with Rajya Sabha, that Rajya Sabha can change any post or can include or exclude, mean to say Rajya Sabha can pass any declare and can pass any resolution regarding the All India services, and if it passes resolution by the 2/3 majority, it can be changed accordingly. And in the same way, Lok Sabha have special power regarding money bill. Whatsoever bill becomes afterward law that are introduced by the different MPs, either from Lok Sabha or from Rajya Sabha, but money bill must be raised, money bill issue must be raised by the Lok Sabha members of the Lok Sabha. That is the special power to the Lok Sabha provided by Indian Constitution. And when we talk about our parliament, that parliament is bicameral, mean to say the parliament that consists of more than one house, mean to say two houses, that is the upper house and lower house. Upper is the Rajya Sabha and lower house is the Lok Sabha. It is called the House of the People also. Upper house of the Indian Parliament is known as we can say Rajya Sabha, and that one. The tenure of the member of Rajya Sabha is 6 years, tenure of the Lok Sabha is 5 years. In this way, these are the some information regarding your Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. And very one difference is there in front of presentations over there. When there you have seen that channels Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, please, if you haven't seen, try to see. You will find many informative things over there. How the issues are raised, how the people discuss there, how the opposition reacts, and how these things get into its final stage. Final stage when any type of bill is passed there that take the form of law. Before it takes the form of law, it have to go through many stages, like first stage, that is the first reading. It is called first reading, first stage, and first reading, second reading and third reading. First reading, second reading and third reading. Second reading or third reading, that is the final, or it can be called committee stage. There are 7 stages to pass a bill in the parliament, mean to say both the houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Then there is the report stage, mean to say they discuss all these things and report stage is there, and after that report stage there is final reading, mean to say in the beginning they do on members parliament, they do on only the framework, and the different type resolutions are there, they are issued, they are debated, negotiations are there, they are discussed about that, and after that what is the final conclusion of their readings, of their discussion, that is called third reading or final reading. The bill in other house then bill goes to the other house. It is the first stage, to say whenever there is a bill in one house, it takes the place. Then bill in the other house, if it is introduced in first house, then it goes to the second and vice versa, and assent of the president. After this, finally it is went for the assent of the president. It is very, very important. A bill can be a law only after the we can say agreement, after the assent of the president. If then if it doesn't happen, president not agree with this any issue whatsoever law is being made, there may be different conflicts, different issues. President may think that it is not appropriate, it is not according to, it is not needed, it favors only one section of the society, so on so forth. There may be many issues regarding that, and bill can be passed after the assent of the president, and if president approve it, it becomes the act. But here I would like to tell you one important information regarding that. If president don't want to sign that bill, mean to say he has some issue, problem, that bill may raise some conflicts in the society, state, nation as well. The president can delay that bill for 14 days. And once again, the whole procedure would be there separately in Lok Sabha, then in Rajya Sabha, then in joint session, then that bill would be sent to President assent. But then also, if it is not up to the mark, if President considers so he or she can send it back, and after that the same procedure would be there, and finally 2 times President can do like that. He can object that, he can raise his problems, but afterward that bill becomes a law or act. In this way, we have discussed about Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha powers and how an bill becomes an act. Thank you, students.